Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne doing your October 2014 tarot horoscope for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Capricorn. And I'm looking a little bit like, I've been through it all because this is the tail end of my videos. But I still got enough juice left in the tank to get me through this one. So I've been working all day on this, and I hope you guys appreciate it. You guys always love my videos, so I'm sending you lots of love, okay, to my fellow Capricorns. Everybody's asking me what my sign is, and I have a sun and moon in Aquarius, and my sun is in Capricorn, okay? So, in life, I have, my Venus is in Capricorn as well, so I really get the Capricorn vibe as far as what you guys want in love, that's important. You really want commitment. That's what you want. And then as far as work, I've gone through it all as far as work, different jobs, zillion different jobs, having a tough time with different bosses. It's just, you get put through the ringer when you're a Capricorn. You really do. And the Capricorns were hit really hard. But the good news is that the eclipse that's happening on October 8th is going to be amazing for Capricorns. And then the fire trine also is happening later in the month, just shortly after that. So it's just good, positive stuff for Capricorns and other cardinal signs. These things are really going to improve, okay? After October 8th, it's really going to get better, okay? That's basically the point here. So let me roll it out, see what's going on. You always have a lot of intense stuff. Okay, so we've got some interesting energies going on right now. The energy is like you're in survival mode. That's what it is. You've been in survival mode. You got the Five of Swords, which is survival mode for a lot of, especially Capricorns. Because Capricorns are working so hard. They work. And it's like they can go into survival mode really easily. And you're fighting for something. Or you're fighting for something. You're fighting many fights, actually. Many fights. So you may be fighting within relationships to some extent. Maybe fighting to... fighting for a cause. You may have a legal situation that you're fighting, a custody battle that you're fighting, feeling the legal stuff. But also, you're fighting for survival. So you're fighting a lot of different battles. And it's not a good fight. And this is a person that, it's not like you are a bad person. It's just that the energy around you is kind of negative right now because you're in that fighting mode. You're not really going with the flow. You've got this fighting energy, this fighting spirit, which is good in a sense because you'll live. But it's just that there's people that you may hurt along the way. So my counsel is you don't want to be mindful of who you're talking to, how you're talking to them. Smile, show your teeth, like just open doors for people, be courteous. Be gentler, okay? When you're in this survival mode, it's hard for Capricorns, I think especially to be softer, okay, in your approach to things. Because you're in that mode of fighting for, just putting the basics of bread and butter on your table. Like that is tough. And when that is tough, you get kind of rough around the edges and you get kind of mean-spirited. Because, you're in such a terrible time and it's rubbing you just the wrong way. And this, I feel like this has been for a lot of you for a long time. 2014 so far has been a rough ride, okay? So, but what's crossing you is actually really cool. It's actually success. Success, major success. The winds of change, okay? Things are really going to be like just amazingly successful. And it's going to happen fast. And it's going to be faster than than you've ever experienced this kind of success before. So I wanted you to like get rid of that old survival energy, okay? That old, you know, just living hand to foot to mouth energy, okay? And really focusing on success, focusing on your success, being grateful for everything. That's really important. The foundation is that you're thinking about love and romance, and this is what you really want. For single caps, you know, you guys may have been out of the love game for a long time, but you kind of want to get back in. And ultimately, Capricorns like commitment. They need the commitment in order to be happy. None of this halfway shit. They need someone who's all in. Because Capricorns, they're all in. They love to give. They love to provide. They love to be, you know, that person, you know, that gives their heart to someone, and they give it all, you know. When they fall hard and they fall fast. You know, they do. And so you're thinking about maybe jumping back in the relationship game if you haven't been in it for a while, okay? This could be also someone who maybe you had a relationship in the past and you're not quite over it, okay? Just not quite, but you will be. And if it's neither one of those things, you want love. You're starting to shift to wanting love in the future. You want something like maybe what you had in the past, you know, that intermingling type. I was just talking about in my Scorpio video, the intermingling of branches, you know, sex. If you guys haven't had sex in a while, you're thinking about it, you know, you're thinking, gosh, it's been a long time, you know, it's time to get back in the saddle, you know. Now, in the past, it's interesting because you have a lot of there's a lot of swiftness happening here, a lot of speed. You know, you got this swift success. It's coming, you know, it's happening. And you have this swift concentration. This is what was you're concentrating in the past. And it's weird because he is looking at her. So it's like he is on a beeline for success, literally. And you're feeling like now is your time. It's time to pluck the fruit. It's time to reap the benefits of your hard work and the harvest. You know, it's timely. You know, also, you know, if you are a Capricorn guy, this may be, you know, you have the hots for this hot Scorpio lady. You know, she is not wearing any clothes. She is sexy, okay? Because I think of this as a Scorpio. So you actually may be a Capricorn that have some Scorpio in you as far as your sign, you know, your planets. You may have a few or one Scorpio planet. And this is sexuality. You know, you're thinking about your sexuality. You're thinking about sex. You know, again, you've got the lovers and you've got I think of this as the sex and fertility. You know, you're thinking about fertility. And maybe children. Maybe children are on your mind. Maybe you're thinking about having children, wanting to have children now. It's rare. I mean, Capricorns are so focused on career that for them to shift into thinking about kids is a big shift. Usually it happens a little bit later than everybody else. They're kind of late bloomers, you know. But when they bloom, I mean, it's like boom, 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 you know. Now, it's interesting. What's coming up is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is just an amazing card. This is the medium card. So you may be a medium. You may, you know, dabble in a little bit of magic. You know, this is the gateway. You are about to go through this gateway. And you're about to get to that point where you're, it's funny because I was thinking about this, trusting the universe. Trusting that this turtle here, and I talked about this card earlier in one of my other videos, is going to pop up right where her foot is going to hit next. Because she is like, there's all these rocks, but those are the backs of the turtles that she's stepping on. She's trusting that somebody else is going to be there at the right time to support her. And it's hard because Capricorns want to be the providers. They want to support themselves. But Capricorn, the challenge is going to be, the interesting thing is you're not going to have to do it all alone. You can trust the universe is going to provide for you. And that turtle is going to be there for you when you need it. It's very, again, I get so wrapped up in Capricorns. Jeez. The only caution is don't go back. Don't. Take the next step into your future. Step in, step hard, go for it. And you're like excited, you're dancing into your future. You're dancing, you're singing. There's a musical element here where everything is just in tune. Everything is going to feel really good. It's going to feel like, yes, this is, why didn't I do this before, you know? And you're going to flow into it, and it's just going to be natural. It's a difference between someone who naturally can play an instrument or not. Someone who can hear the music or someone who doesn't feel the beat, you know? I mean, if you got the rhythm, there's got to be a song. Something got the rhythm. I don't know. I've got another one, too. I've got rhythm. I've got music. I've got my man who could ask for anything more. That's what this song is. That's what this song. She's got rhythm. She's got music. She's got her guy. She's got it all, really. Okay. There is someone, though, okay, I will say, there is someone emotionally, there is someone in your life that's causing you a little bit of distress, you know? Maybe what it is you feel like emotionally like the universe is in charge and you want to be in charge. But at this point in time, you have to let that go. You have to get past it. You know, it's a dual effort. It's part the universe and part you. You have to accept that as much as you have free will, there are things that are fated, there are things that are karmic, there are things that the universe does for you, and they do it for a reason to help you. Or it's because it's what you want, or it's because what you asked for in a prayer that you said 10 years ago, you know. And now they're finally getting around to it. I always joke and say that God, you know, God's voicemail box is full, you know, and it's been full for quite some time. And that's how Capricorns feel. They feel like the universe is against them sometimes because they take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and it's just like, you know, they're climbing up this big mountain, and this is so hard to get to the top, and they want to get to the top so badly. They have this inner desire to get to the top. And it's funny because we're talking about a mountain. We got a girl sitting on top of a mountain, and there is potential. Okay, there is the beginning. You're starting something new. I feel like there is an element of starting something new, and there's potential for you in that new thing. And you're afraid that you're going to fall off, and the dragon's going to wake up, you know, and the dragon's going to eat you, and you're not going to survive. But the truth is, you will survive, and you will have, you know, stability, material security, you know, you'll have all that. You know, you might even have a chance to go back to school. You know, I'm feeling like this girl is thinking about going back to school, you know. You may not end up going back. You may end up taking like a class here or there or doing a workshop or something that you never thought you would ever be doing, but you suddenly do, and it's exciting. And that kind of, you know, there's a thing about Capricorns. They do have a lot of times have a lust for knowledge. They're smart. They're very, very smart, and they love to analyze things. So, you know, Capricorns, if you are thinking about going back to school, the energy totally supports that. But I feel like it's more just the potential to see the start of something, and it's going to grow. I mean, you think about it. I've talked about this before. You plant a seed, and you think nothing's happening. But all this stuff is happening. The life force sprouts up, you know. I can't show it to you, but I've got this new avocado seedling that's just finally coming up. I've been waiting so long, and I thought this seed was totally going to be dead because, you know, I had messed around with the sticks, the skewers to get it right, to sit in the water, And it's just like, I thought really that I killed it, and it survived. It's that, it's that you think nothing's happening, but suddenly it sprouts and it becomes this new beautiful thing. So you have some things to look forward to here, Capricorn. A lot of good things. And it's actually, it's getting emotional again. Every time I do Capricorn, I get so emotional because it's such a relief. It's such a relief for some of you. I feel like just hearing me say these things that, you guys are just really, touched by it, and I'm touched by it, and it's a relief. And I'm just showing you these two things because this is the magic. This is the magic of what's happening here in October. By the end of October, you're going to feel lifted up out of hardship. You're going to move. I think you're going to move. You're thinking about moving. If you don't move at the end of October, you're going to move maybe later November, December, or sometime. But moving is on your mind. Moving out of this hardship situation that you've been in for so long. And it's so great. And I'm so happy for you that it's just emotional for me because I'm so literally happy for you. I'm relieved for you. And it's so nice to be a good messenger and tell you about these things. And it's and it leads to, so it's like you've got this girl who's lifted up out of this hardship situation. And she's just helped out of it, And I feel like it's the angels that are going to help you. Angels are helping you. Because there's all these wings. And it could be your parents that help you, but I feel like it's more the angels. And it's funny because Capricorns are not, they're not socialites, okay? They're the worker bees. While everybody is gone to the fashion show, they're still at the office, burning the candle, studying, okay? They're the office, maybe they're the person who actually goes to work and takes their studies with them, and does stuff at work and works on their stuff as well as their work stuff because they can do that. I actually kind of do that. It's kind of bad. But I do my stuff because I get all my work stuff done and there's nothing left for me to do for work. So I just do my stuff. I do my research. And so what I'm trying to say here is they don't normally have this big social life. But in the end, you are going to be celebrating something. At the end of October, it's like Halloween. By Halloween, Capricorn, you are going to be so, literally happy, and you're going to want to go out, and you're going to want to celebrate, and you're going to just feel like, wow, this is great, life is beautiful, and it's not going to feel like in the beginning of October, there's that little bit of survival stuff happening in your head, but it's going to go away, because you've got this chariot. Oh, chariot, da-da-da. Gavin DeGraw, right? I'm going to have to post that. I haven't posted anything on my videos, guys, by the way, because I have been sitting here for the last 8 hours going through all this. So, if I don't post it, don't hate me, okay? I will post it. But this is just success. I want you to think about this, Capricorn. Success is crossing you. There is nothing better. There is nothing better than to have success crossing you, unless it's the love card. But I still feel like, success is the best for Capricorn. Because that's what Capricorn wants. That's what they need. That's what they want out of life. They want to be successful, And that's what they work towards. So this is literally like having a party or going out with girlfriends or having a good girl talk. This is fun. This is getting your makeup on and going out and having a good time. This is the end of October, so I feel like you're going to be doing that. Now, if you don't end up doing that, you're going to feel like doing it. It's a feeling, too. It's a feeling of, liberation, of, not feeling like you don't want to work. You just want to, go out and have fun, You've been missing out, and you want to just have some fun. And that's the end of October. So I feel like that's going to happen for you. But I think that's all. That's all that I'm really getting for you guys. I really wish you all the best, Capricorn, and You always touch me, and you make me feel like really great when you send me all these great messages. And I know that I touch you guys, and I just, I wish you the best. I really do. I want the best for all the signs, for everybody, and especially for you, because you guys work so hard, and you deserve this. This is a great reading. This is what you deserve, You don't deserve, because you worked so hard, to go through all this crazy hardship. The universe tests Capricorns, I feel like, the hardest. It really does. It's sad because Capricorns are working so hard, and they try to make things better, and they get so dragged down, because of all their tests, because of all their life tests. But I really truly believe by the end of October, you're going to be seeing things now, by the way. I mean, it's not like just the end of October. The beginning of October is going to feel a little bit like there's some remnants of survival, and you're going to be worried a little bit like, how am I going to survive still? But after that, a couple days in, probably after the eclipse, I'd say October 8th, by the 8th, it's like, that is done. That period of your life is over. Thank God, right? Thank God. And money's rolling in. You're trusting that the universe has a plan. You're trusting that you're going to be supported, and you are supported. And you're feeling like you're getting that feeling you're ready to move. You're ready to move out of this zone, this period of your life where it's been really hard, and you're saying goodbye to it. And it is exciting. And you're going to celebrate. So celebrate good times, come on. That song too. I gotta post all this stuff for you guys, but I will see you guys again for the mid-October videos. If you want a private reading, feel free to email me. I put all of my information in a video for pricing and my schedule. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I'm still going to be doing my dailies. I haven't posted my daily. That's my last video of the night. You guys are my second to last video of the night, but this is my last full reading of the night. So, all the best. All the best. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much.